Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, I have such a good show for you today. We're going to jump right on in with Megan's holiday special as I've just watched it and I have so many thoughts. Do not click on it. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you a couple of things just right out of the gate because you're going to want to know these. I'm dressed like this for a reason. I'll get into that in 1 second. She seriously cannot stand Doofus. He makes an appearance and she lets us all know how much she hates that guy. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Megan's very, very strange interaction that has to do with the kids. And we're going to talk about Salmonella Sussex because that's trending. And once again, in this episode, it made a huge appearance. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the thumbs up. Leave me comments as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my videos, and I so sincerely appreciate it. I'm just going to jump into this thing. Oh, don't look yet. It's a surprise. What am I wearing? Well, you can imagine my surprise as I'm watching this disaster, and believe me, it is a disaster. As I'm watching this disaster early this morning, I saw something that I could not believe. Are you ready for this? Starting with this. Megan in her PJs in one of the scenes of the show. You know, she's so relatable. And then I realized, oh my God, I have these PJs. Now, here's the difference. Mine are from Target. But mine, so mine don't cost the $1,000,000, whatever she spent $20,000 versus $20 on mine. I love them. I wear them all the time. She has hers monogrammed. So guess what? So did I. And if you're wondering what it says, well, allow me. Oh, that's not the right way to do that. Fancy monogramming in my loopy swoopy writing, it's HRHRHR. Because you know what? It was important for her to put her title smack dab in here. So guess what? My title's in here. HRH. No, I'm saying it backwards. No. Yeah, HRHRHR. Her Royal Highness Real Housewives Recaps. There you go. Anyway. Oh my God, this show was crazy. It broke my brain. It broke my brain. I can't wait to get into this with you all. All right, I'm going to go through and hit some of the high points and low points, but I'm just going to tell you a couple of things. She really cannot stand Doofus. We got to see him in the last few minutes of this thing. Hold on, I'm getting it. There you go. And she couldn't even fake like she liked the dude. Yeah, she gave him a kiss, but it was like I just talked about how funny I find it that in their engagement photo, she's shoving him away. She quite literally is shoving him away in this. And then he dares point out that the royal, like as a royal, he didn't eat fish. It was a thing. It's a thing where they don't want to get food poisoning. So they're very careful about seafood. She's making gumbo. She is pissed that he brings this up. So we'll get to it. She gives him the death stare several times over, which was funny that they did not edit that out. The other thing, Salmonella Sussex throughout. I mean, hands in, hair in, all in. Might as well just bare her face in the damn thing. It was crazy. But it's so funny to me because that is trending right now, Salmonella Sussex, because the turkey where she had her hands in and her jewelry and everything. Well, that jewelry is all over this. I'm convinced that this whole special was just to showcase her jewelry because that's mostly what she did. Lots of condescending looks like this one. You know it's Sussex now. Well, this one was geared at has no balls because, well, we'll get into that. He dared say something that she didn't like, and again, she let everybody know. She let people know over and over that she can't stand that dude. It's pretty funny. All right, let's take a look at some of the still images and talk about some of the low points, shall we? And by the way, I do have a new co-host, if you're wondering. Hi, look at this. Don't tell me it's a swan. It's a goose. It has a crown on it. I found this yesterday and I needed him. So here's my task for you. Will you name him for me, please? Will you put a name in the comments for me, please? Thank you. I can't believe I had the same PJs as Megan. How about them apples? Again, Target. in case you wondered. But she also tried to steal bows. She said bows are kind of her thing. No, bows are my thing. I have bows all over the place. And you know who else's thing that is? That's Catherine, Princess of Wales' thing. I see what you're doing, Meghan. You're doing that thing again where you're trying to act like it's your thing. It's not your thing. All right, let's take a look, shall we? Starting here with Love, Meghan, Holiday Edition. I might be losing my mind. I've been up for hours working on this. I've got Chef Marie that I was talking to. I'm going to try to talk to Chef Matt. This is a busy season, but if I can get him to talk to me a little bit, I'm going to pull him right on into this. Yeah, I mean, nothing's changed. Let me just tell you my overarching view of this before we actually dive into the photos. And it is this: there are no new ideas in this thing. None. Some of the things she made, quiche. I love quiche. My grandmother has made quiche. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a new thing. When was that popular? 60s, 70s? It's not a new thing. In fact, it's not even a new thing for Meghan, because may I remind you all, I believe it was the first season, she made a really yucky quiche that was not fully cooked. And she said, I like it runny. And I said at the time, no, you don't. That's, again, Salmonella Sussex strikes again. But she's making things she's already made. She's showing gift wrap. She's already shown that she likes to gift wrap things. So she's showing that again. I called it, she made a charcuterie wreath. I mean, that's not hard to predict, but I predicted it. And once again, she made a charcuterie wreath. These are not new things. She could have done some fun things, and she totally bypassed all of them and made it boring, bland, and say it with me, beige, everything. Beige. Okay, so here we go. With Love, Meghan. Boring. Let's take a look. Okay, so the very first shot of this thing is her skipping around out on a Christmas tree, farm, lot, whatever, with her skippy little boots on. Morton Salt girl, she is not. I don't understand. This is just not a good look for her. I mean, I guess it looks better than the other outfits, but when you have, again, I don't body shame here, whatever. We all have weird parts. But if you have especially stick figure legs, why wear the oversized boots? That's just weird to me. To me, it's a way to make you look and think, wow, she looks thin. There you go. She could not stop eye blinking the camera. It was so funny. This is the second shot of the show. She's like, are you following me? You're making sure to get this shot, right? It's just like, oh God, please make that stop. This was funny too. Okay, so this woman's name is actually Ruth, but because of the loopy swoopy BS, I did not do this on purpose. I was taking a picture to explain what we were looking at, and I noticed missed attention to detail. Like, what is the woman's name? Rum? Because you made it look like her name is Rum Lane. What's happening here? Rum is super happy to be. I will only call this woman Rum in case you wondered. This is the owner of the Christmas tree farm. I'm sure she's happy to have her name misspelled here. That made me laugh. Meghan's too busy clapping. She's missed attention to detail. And then we noticed before, and that happens again, where she's like, I'm all about the look of things, but no quality whatsoever. Don't worry, that continues throughout the episode. We started to get more of these manic things happening when she's not scouring at Harry. Don't worry, that's coming. Or bossing people around in the kitchen, also coming. You get... It was just like this, and nothing says happy holidays like a big old Grinch smile. Lots of references to Guy, but what's weird is I usually assume it's not Guy in the videos. I can't tell them apart. She has Guy and Mia. I can't tell who's who. I don't care. But Guy actually is in this episode because they make a point of saying this is Guy. So I'm like, how long ago was this filmed? She's not even pretending anymore that she got a sequel or a trequel, whatever you call the third one of the series. It's just, here's the dog that died like a year ago. Like, what are we doing here? We're not even pretending anymore? Okay, the gig is up. Okay, so then we go into making advent calendars, or again, like I like to call it, oh, excuse me, what am I thinking? I don't even have my rings on right now. I mean, I cannot possibly not put on 15 rings if I'm presenting, hang on, if I'm showing things like this off. Obviously, I need 15 million rings on to do this, what am I thinking? Every finger needs a ring. Ah! Every craft was like this. It was like, oh, sorry. Like, oh, she kept wearing that pinky ring. I don't, oh, here we go. She kept wearing the pinky ring that cost like $60,000. That's not an exaggeration. We've heard about that Lorraine Schwartz ring. She's got that on, and then she's doing everything with her fingers in. See, it's like fingers into everything. And you can see here in the picture, she's showing it off. So she's pretending like this is craft for the kids, not with the kids, never with the kids, for the kids. Sure it is, Meg. And she's showing, I can't stand it. I have to I'm not Rocky. I can't have on 30 pieces of jewelry. But she's showing off her jewelry while she's doing this. And I'm just like, this is just to show off. This isn't anything. I mean, it's an advent calendar. We know this is nothing new. It's not even a fun take on an advent calendar. These came pre-printed with the kids' names on it. So she's not even like making anything here. She's just shoving a bunch of crap in. This is not new stuff or something homemade. So what are we supposed to do with this? Hey guys, I have a great idea. Run right out and get a printed calendar. Okay, but that's not I don't need well, I do need a Netflix special. Call me Netflix. No, but seriously, that's not something you would get a special over. Where's the new idea here? Where's the personalization? I got nothing. All right, let's continue on. Ooh. Lots of pieces like this. I'd like to remind you all, for no particular reason, that she's an actress. This is her acting. It's not good. All right. 'Tis the seasoning. No, make it stop. Make it stop. Please, with a loopy swoopy. This guy comes on. He's a total simp. I don't care. She is worshiping herself. Lots of brown. Merry Christmas. Lots of this, lots of hair, lots of jewelry in. Those pants are awful. Okay, so I'm showing you pictures. Let me actually pull up my notes here so I don't just say, oh, over and over. Here we go. Let's see where we're at here. So that guy's name was Will. She met him years ago. And then she points out that she was visiting the award-winning restaurant, 11 Madison Park. Basically, the whole world revolves around Meghan, as per usual. So it's like, how do I know this person? How am I important? I don't care about this person. Meg calls it, oh God, she's making this cheesy dish. She calls it fondue and says, you never hear it called fondant. Again, not even the jokes are new. I can get on board with some corny jokes. I'm the queen of corny jokes. Hello, honk honk anyone? But seriously, what is this? What are we doing? None of the producers at Netflix said, do we have to do this? Are there no new ideas anywhere? I'm actually going to go ahead and impart some wisdom on you. I'm going to be more wisdomous. Yes, I'm saying that on purpose than Meghan did. And the entire, oh God, seriously, if I made a drinking game out of how many times she said this dish, it's Casio Pepe, if you wondered. I would be blackout drunk. But let me go. Let me finish my thought here. Land the plane, Jen. Land the plane. Okay. She had no new ideas in this entire show. I'm going to go ahead and tell you a new idea, even though it's not mine. I found this, I don't know, online. Who cares? It's cool. I'm going to do this with the Gosling. Okay. You take a donut tin. I just found this out and I think it's so cool. You take a donut tin. I bake donuts sometimes. So you take a donut tin. If you don't have that, just use a muffin tin and you sprinkle some cranberries in there, okay? And some sprigs of rosemary. So you have that holiday look. You pour water on top, you freeze it. You have little frozen wreaths you can plop right into people's drinks. Or in my case, in the Gosling's case, some Sprite, some Diet 7-Up, whatever you drink, something clear, something bubbly, some champagne, whatever you're drinking, pop it in that. There you go, festive drink. She could have incorporated her drinks. I don't even remember what she put. She put out something sparkling, right? I don't care. She could have incorporated her drinks in it. No, that was too much of an idea for Meghan. Instead, she's making quiche and puppy mix, puppy chow. What's that stuff called? I love that stuff, don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm talking about with the powdered sugar and the Chex Mix and the peanut butter? I love that stuff. It's delicious. Even talking about it, my mouth is watering. But there's nothing there. There's nothing new. She doesn't even talk about making stuff with kids. It's all about you can make this to entertain your guests because to her, it's all about the look of things. It's not about the experience. She does not give a crap about doing things with anybody but herself and being the star of everything. Not that that's a shock. It's just kind of funny. She couldn't even hide it. She couldn't even hide it. Don't worry. Something crazy is coming up. I'll get to it. Don't worry. I'll feed you baby birds. All right. Baby geese. Here we go. Goslings. This is Cacio Pepe. However you say that. She's piping it on trays. I don't care. I was asking Chef Marie about it. She's like, excuse me. Goodness, what's happening? Hold on. Goodness gracious. Okay, I was asking Chef Marie about this. Chef Marie, thank you, was pointing out the Cacio Pepe, which, by the way, when I say that, all I can think of is, if you watch Always Sunny, Pepe Sylvia. Cacio Pepe is a very trendy thing right now that people are doing. Okay, so she's somebody, I'm guessing she didn't have this idea. Maybe somebody found something trendy, was like, okay, we'll do that. But she turned it on its ear for no reason and made it into some sort of pastry that's not sweet. This guy pretended to adore it. Who cares? There's the tray right there. It just doesn't matter. But then she had the nerve to talk about Christmas crackers. She's demonstrating popping a Christmas cracker. But this picture made me laugh. Let's play a game. Can we caption this photo? I'll make it bigger for you. That's what she said. There you go. Caption this photo for me. Go ahead and leave that in the comments. I'll wait. What do you think's going on here? Caption in the comments. Oh, God. Okay. Sorry. Here we go. So she has the nerve to talk about Christmas crackers. Hello? Can you think of a more UK thing than that? I can't. That's a UK thing. I even Googled it to see if it had some other origin that I wasn't aware of. No. Came from the United Kingdom. So, little miss, it's too much. It's too much. I can't. Like, it's too much. It's the S words. I hate them. I gotta run away. It's not safe. It's not fair. Is like, again, using titles that you can only get from Little Miss Feminist marrying somebody from the UK that happens to be, part of the royal family. But I'm saying, like, and then using UK traditions and trying to make them her own. How does she turn it on its ear? She doesn't. She's making them. But again, I talked to my friends in the UK and they're like, yeah, we did that in elementary school. This is not a new thing. This is not a new thing. So again, it's just a way to show off her jewelry. Look at my jewelry. Ooh. Okay, great. We've seen it. Thanks. And look at all the brown, boring brown. Here you go. Here she is getting super excited about jewelry. Look at my jewelry. And then she had the nerve to wear the PJs. That nerve. By the way, when she made those Christmas crackers, guess what color hers were? Any guesses? A festive red? A lovely green? No, it was brown. It was brown. She was talking about her kids, and I'm like, your kids do not want brown for Christmas. Add some color. My goodness. Anyway, okay, so she wore these PJs. She wore my PJs. Again, mine are from Target, in case you want to pick some up. I'm guessing hers were not. Monogrammed. So are mine. Mine are fancier. Hello. Oh, God. Hers say Meg. And then her insufferable friends come over. I don't care. Oh, my gosh. Okay. She's making... Okay. She forgets what she's making in the middle of this one. It's pretty funny. She calls it cinnamon stars. So it's layers of dough and you twist it and you put sugar on it and cinnamon. I mean, it's basically a cinnamon roll, just twisted up fancy. Well, she kept calling it cinnamon stars like she invented something new. But then at the end, she forgets and calls it a cinnamon bun. I just find that funny. Like she can't keep track of what she's making or what the producers have told her to make. Again, you can see it right here on her pinky, right there. Right there. She's got that, whatever, $1 million pinky ring on and pressing it into the dough. Hello, Salmonella. I never can say that right. Salmonella Sussex. How are you again, my old friend? Like, what's happening? Why would you do that? Take off your jewelry. I can't make sense out of that, especially if you were criticizing the first couple about again the grossness of it all. Why wouldn't you take it off? Doesn't make well, I can answer that because it was all filmed at the same time, despite what she wants us to think. All right, Salmonella Sussex. Here you go. Wearing my PJs. I'll never forgive her. Here's Guy. They make a big point of showing Guy. There she is barefoot again because why not just go ahead and stick your feet in the bread? Uh, hair, hands in hair, handling food. Again, I have a lot of it. I get it. This would never be down. This is never down. Even if I go into my kitchen, it's not down because I shed like a dog. Like it would be everywhere. I'm not doing that. And I'm certainly not having my hands in my hair around the food. It's gross. That's something I taught my Gosling when she was little. She used to try to brush her hair in the kitchen. I'm like, no, you don't do that. It's gross. Somebody didn't get the memo. Somebody that should know more than the rest of us. Nope. Okay. Here she is. I don't know. Who cares? Pretending to play with Guy, making oh God. I'm sorry. I find this woman completely insufferable. I put her in the Abigail bank of things. Just no personality. They're morphing into each other. They're starting to look a little bit like each other. I don't know. I don't care. The only thing of note of this woman is she's the one that recently announced she's expecting again. So I wondered if Meghan would have anything to say about that, which by the way, let's see, it was brought to my attention. Thank you, friend, for this, that I guess I haven't seen the picture, so I need to find it, but I guess Meghan took a photo of her and her bump, and then Kelly credited Meghan as being a great photographer or some shit like that. Okay, again, hey, single white female, who is known for being a great photographer? Oh, yeah, that's right. Catherine. Catherine is known for this. Meghan she has nothing. She has to steal everybody else's everything. So Catherine has always been interested in photography. We all know this. It's documented well before Meghan was even in the picture. And known to carry a camera and, always takes photos of the kids. We know about all this. So Meghan all of a sudden is also a photographer. And by the way, Archie asked for a camera. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Okay. So friends and matching PJs, tee hee hee. I have friends. Nope. That's a no. Oh, by the way, this is the one that she held the woman's hand near her crotchal regions. Gross. Here's her other friend. I think this one was from high school and maybe in the documentary. I don't know. Again, no thanks. I'm good on you two. And then there's this. They made these pear dishes, which I asked my friend Chef Marie. I'll ask Chef Matt. I said, "Are these overcooked?" And she said, "They look a little dry. They could be." She's not trying to nitpick, but they don't look great, do they? I love baked fruit, so normally I'm diving in face first. But then Meghan kind of says something like, "Do we need a little yogurt to go with this? I think we do." And I thought, "Are you trying to hide that you burnt them to shit? Because it kind of looks like you did." Okay, yeah. So here they are, all in my PJs. They all have their monograms. So do I. So do I. Mine are cuter. Mine are better. Mine fit me better. Mine are almost I'm just kidding. All right. So then they decide to make wreaths. And by the way, notice anything else? Because I do. It's this. She's trying to copy me some more. Again, what's funny is I'm sure that cost $1 million for that painting. This is from Target. This is from Target. And I love it. Hello. Let's continue on. So $1 Million Horse. Sure. Why not? Making wreaths. I mean, again, I think there is a place for a mostly green wreath. I have one for the springtime. It looks like springtime colors on there and flowers and even the bow. These don't look like holiday wreaths to me. I promise you, I'm not just trying to nitpick. If she had thrown a bunch of red in there, and it doesn't even have to be red, gold, like some cool details that look festive, then fine. It's hard to mess up a wreath. Congratulations, you did it. It's really bad. It's really bad, right? It doesn't look Christmas, but all of them did this. There's a whole, I thought I got all of them. I guess I didn't. There's a whole table with different stuff, but they all chose to do wreaths like this, where it's just okay, I've learned nothing from this. This taught me nothing. I see nothing new or exciting. I see no pops of color. It's just bland, boring, and beige. And then she goes into festive wrapping. Again, she's a one-trick pony, because she's done this. She showed how she wrapped before. We've been there. In another season, I think it was season 2, she did the wrapping. I can't remember. I don't care. She did quiche already. She does that again. She did wrapping already. She does that again. I'm sure there's other things she does already. It's just we've been here. She's recycling already recycled ideas. We did not need this. Oh my God. And then she doesn't make. She says she made the wax seals. She acts like she's going to show us how to do it, but never actually does. She just talks about a hot glue gun and a wax stick. Doesn't actually show how to make it, and then ends up using this to glue the seal onto like a present. Okay, again, nothing new or exciting here. I'm a huge fan. If you know me at all, you know I love Taskmaster. I just do. I love Taskmaster. It's my favorite show. It's all free here on YouTube. Watch it. It's great. I'm going to be on there sometime. Every task from Taskmaster is sealed with a red wax seal like that. People use them like on all kinds of things. I have a fabulous friend who's thinking about using them in a cool way that I don't even want to spoil for her. I'll let her decide if she wants to announce it. But my point is wax seals can be great. I'm not opposed to a wax seal, but this is nothing new and not showing us anything. She's like, I made these. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you made them. Okay, cool. I made this. You didn't see me make it. I pulled the tag off of them, but I made it. Why? Because I'm saying I did? I don't believe anything she says ever. Again, this is funny. So she's showing a tiny pop of color with the poinsettia in the background, but uses no color. It's crazy. Even here. Okay, here's a package. This is a stuffed animal that she showed how to wrap. Again, in the shape of a Christmas cracker. Hello, UK. Oh, it's terrible. My time there was terrible. You're all the worst in the Eastwards, but I can't stop stealing from your traditions. Make that make sense. And I got your titles, and I'm going to insist that people use them. Make that make sense. You can't. But she wraps a stuffed animal in the most boring paper ever. Again, I'm thinking if this is actually for a kid, okay, fine. She managed to use a little bit of red in the ribbons on the side, but the package itself is brown and white. What? Who is this for? For her aesthetic, not for the kids. There's a reason they tell you to put nurseries and kids' rooms in bright colors, because that's what kids like, and because when they're little, they can't see very well. So it's just like a seeing thing. There's a million reasons why you wouldn't use beige or brown for kids. I just think this is just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's just Meghan being Meghan. Here's a charcuterie in the shape of a wreath. Again, who is this for? You got nothing but green on there. I love green stuff. I really do. I love to eat green stuff. I used to never love the color green. If you watch my channel at all, you know I've been into it lately. I got a velvet green dress. I mean, I'm into the color suddenly. But this isn't it. This is not exciting for your guests. Fine, plop this on, but I want to see some rolled up colors on there. I want to see there's different ways to do this. It's not just green. She's being way too literal and not having any fun with it. There's no, dare I say, joy in any of this. It's nothing. Here's one of her friends that she has. She says it's a friend. I don't know. She is a famous tennis player. Now, if she sounds or looks familiar to you, there was some controversy with her. I know nothing about her. I had to Google her, so I don't know. I'm not trying to talk crap. I don't usually talk too much crap about the guests because who knows? Their agent may have suckered them into it. I don't know. But I will talk a little bit of crap here because how do I say this nicely? Okay, here goes. I'm somebody that talks a lot about mental health stuff. I find that very important. I'm somebody that I don't even like it. I keep saying that I'm somebody. Okay, I'm nobody. No, but I have dealt with and discussed openly my struggles with anxiety. It's something that I struggle with. Mental health is an important topic, especially this time of year. I've been talking about it a lot. I've had friends on the show. Thank you, John Witherspoon, who have talked about it a lot. I've been open about it. I have a therapist that I love. I recommend that to anybody who's interested. I can go on and on. I am on medication to help control my anxiety. These are all things in my day-to-day life. So I'm all for it. I would never want to silence somebody that's talking. God, I sound like Meghan. That's talking about mental health. But I would just challenge you to Google this woman because she has been accused of using mental health to maybe get out of things she didn't want to do. You can look into it for yourself and see what I mean. That's something that she's been accused of. That's something that Harry's been accused of as well. And honestly, I think Meghan too. They use mental health when it's convenient for them. You can decide for yourself if they are actual ambassadors for mental health. That's up to you to decide. I can't decide that for you. So the reason I'm dancing around it like that is because I was once accused of using, I'm not even trying to give anybody any spotlight or anything. I don't care, of using mental health. And I'm like, no, I actually do suffer from anxiety. This is something that I've been on about. It's fine. You can decide. That's why I say you can decide for yourself on me. You can decide for yourself on them. I really don't care. It's no skin off my back. But I think it's interesting, birds of a feather, right? But what's the other interesting thing about this lady is when I was Googling her, if I understood this correctly, she seemed to have a little bit of maybe a back and forth. I don't even know if you call it beef, but back and forth that had to do with Serena Williams. That's interesting because who's Meghan's, one of her pretend besties? Serena Williams. So look into that because that's interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, here you go. Actually, I did pull it. Her decision to not attend. Okay, so she didn't attend press conferences at the French Open. She said it was to protect her mental health. Other people said, no, you just didn't feel like going. They pointed out that so you can compete, but you don't want to go to press conferences. Okay, interesting. Here you go. Here's a, it was a controversial match with Serena Williams. The backlash over, there you go. You can read for yourself. Okay, continuing on. So again, birds of a feather, Meghan, controversial. Okay, another not new idea they do is they paint pottery plates, that's ceramics. I did this when I was in 5th grade. Anybody else? Cool. Okay. Yeah. So Meghan does this thing. She says like 50 times in here, I'm not doing a good job. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. But she does it so over the top that what she's doing is she seems to be waiting for that guest. I already forgot the lady's name, the lady to compliment her and say, you're doing great. You know, it's just so just put on. Nothing's new. Oh, yeah. This is her guest, by the way, who talks about designing her own clothes for Nike. As soon as I saw it, I thought, God, again, birds of a feather. I love bows. This is not it. Birds of a feather, like a terrible fashion, once again, hanging out. Okay. Here's the most controversial, in my opinion, one of the most controversial parts of this whole episode. Hand-painted cookies. Again, where's the innovation? Where's the new idea? It's nowhere. It's nowhere to be found. All right, let me pull up my notes because I have them here and I want to make sure I get this part right. Hang on. So she's here we go. I wrote down, Meghan is painting cookies. Let me see if I have another picture here. She's painting cookies. Nothing new. There you go. Is that all? Yeah, I think that's all I got of the painting cookies. Here she is painting cookies. Now, again, I show you. She's doing every activity to show you her jewelry. I think she picked this one so she could show off her pinky ring again. That thing, it's just always there to show off. It's so weird. Okay, but just think about this. Here she is painting cookies. Here's what she says. I was so shocked I wrote it down. She said, she's talking about the kids. She says she puts them to bed to have quiet moments. And then talks about this is when she likes to decorate the cookies. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? What is Christmas or whatever holiday you choose to celebrate? What is a holiday without having your kids in there to help decorate the cookies? That is crazy. If I told the Gosling, hey, while you were sleeping last night, I went ahead and decorated all the cookies, she would be so upset, rightly so. That would be the same as me saying, you know what? While you were at school yesterday, I went ahead and decorated the Christmas tree. No, No, because Megan's preaching the value of moments and she even talks about, where is it? Setting hold on, talking about the energy that she sets by doing things like this. The energy you're putting out is that you don't like your kids. You don't want to spend time with them and you don't give a crap about them having any kind of memories or childhood experiences. So I understand that some people are all into the look of things. I understand that some people will have a kid's tree and a grown-up tree. So that way the grown-up tree looks a certain way and the kid's tree looks how the kid's tree looks. I am not that person. If you look at my Christmas tree, my favorite things on it are the things that my kid made me like in kindergarten. You know, those little wonky handprints that they do and the half broken ornaments and all that stuff. Those are the best parts of the tree. And I could not decorate a tree without my kid like putting up crazy patterns of ornaments. She'll stack 30 ornaments in one side and then the rest of the side will be bare. And that's how I love it. That's how it should be. I am not Monica from Friends Christmas tree where she spins it and it's perfect on the other side. I just think that's not the thing she'll remember. Who cares if my tree looks perfect? I want the things, the macaroni she glued to things. I want glitter on everything, like that's how, in my opinion, it should be. I understand that if your kids are grown or older, maybe that changes, but I'd like to think I have my favorite ornament from my Gosling is her dressed as Santa, and we put a shaving cream beard on her, and she's just cheesy smiling in it. Like when she was in kindergarten. It's so cute and so funny. And so every year that goes on my tree, and that is my favorite ornament, that and her little handprint. And we put a Santa hat on her handprint. So my point is, those are the best ornaments, the ones that they make, the ones that are silly, the ones that are misspelled, the ones that you can't tell if it's a reindeer or a dog, but it's so cute. Like that's the best stuff. I cannot imagine having a tree that's brown, because Megan's was brown, or having cookies that I didn't let my kid help decorate. That is crazy pants to me. It really is. I feel very passionate about that because fine, maybe your cookies look really nice or whatever, but they're not having that experience. And sure, you could argue this is for TV. Fine. Maybe she does do that at home. I'm not at home with her, but it's just the way she said it. I really took issue with that. The way she said it, the way she sold it as this is good for me time, however she said it. It's like, no, that is not what you have. Your glass of wine in your you time, whatever. I don't begrudge anybody some you time. I love it, but not like this, not decorating cookies. I'm gonna go, whatever. I'm gonna go to a theme park on some me time. No, you take your kids with you, you do stuff like, I don't know. Like you make memories with your kids, and to her, that's just not important. You can just tell. She made it clear over and over. And I'm just surprised no producer stepped in and said, "Hey, Meg, don't you want to pretend like you decorate with your kids even if you don't show them?" No. I just wonder if they can't stand her and they're just like done covering for her. Then Tom Colicchio came in. And if you know Top Chef at all, you've heard of Tom Colicchio. I don't say that name right. He is Italian American. He's an Italian American chef. He's won all kinds of awards. He's been around forever. He's hosted that show for I think they said over 20 years. It's been a long time. Very talented, very knowledgeable man. Okay. She has him over. And I really wonder, he seems to not be able to stand her. Maybe I'm misreading that, but that was funny to me. I almost feel like they must have thrown a bunch of money at him maybe to get him there, somebody of his caliber, because the whole time she's talking, he's just kind of like, this is where Doofus comes in. It's the last few minutes of the episode. Doofus comes in. She can't stand Doofus. But I wonder, did Tom make the deal? All right, I'll go if you bring Doofus in and I meet him, maybe. She can't stop putting Harry down. Here's Tom, by the way, giving her he kind of did this a lot. Like, I don't know what to do with you, so I'm just going to smile and close my eyes. But the reason I say she can't stand Doofus, several reasons. Her body language, pushing him away, can't stand that he's there, doesn't want him to talk. What else is new? But she did this in another season, and I talk about this. She makes a big point of pointing out the things that he does not like. I couldn't tell you anything that he does like because she doesn't tell us that. It's what he doesn't like. It's a way for her to make him sound uncultured or unsophisticated or simple, however you want to call it. But she comes off looking like an ass. She really does. So I've been open about, I talk about, I don't like seafood. I personally do not. But if a chef or even a good friend put a piece of seafood in front of me, it's not going to kill me. I understand some people have allergies. She, by her own admission, said he just doesn't like that stuff. But she's going on and on about he doesn't like fennel. He doesn't like pickled vegetables. He doesn't like whatever, like all these things that were in the beets. Things were in this dish. Well, I don't like beets either. But if you brag about that over and over, and somebody puts it in front of you and you just go, ugh, that is showing a level of uncultured and not classy. I understand a difference if there's an allergy or a real reason why you cannot have it in front of you. But again, I don't like beets. I don't like seafood, but I'm not going to freak out if you put it in front of me. I'm the first one to say if somebody wants to go to a seafood restaurant, heck yeah, let's go. They're going to have some chicken or steak or something or salad on the menu that I can eat. I won't starve. Like, it's just about if I need to push the food around my plate a little bit or even take a bite of it, I can do it. It's not going to take me out. It's fine. It's about bigger picture and understanding where I'm at. If somebody cooked something special for me, I'm not going to give you 30 reasons why I can't eat it. I'm just going to suck it up and eat it. The only thing I have an allergy to is milk. And even then, like, I know not everybody can do this. I can suck it up and deal with it. It's not going to take me out. I'm just going to find an excuse not to consume it if I can. It's just about acting. I've said this before. My dad always has said this quote, and it makes me laugh. And I say it to my Gosling, and it's act like you've been somewhere. Act like you've been somewhere. Act like you have some manners. Even if in your head you're going, ugh, you don't say it out loud. You know, and again, she's leading with this to say basically like, I like these things, but my stupid husband doesn't. She won't say anything good about the guy, only the bad stuff, which I find very funny. You know, a lot of this, the smirky, like, he can't stand beets. To me, that's like simpleton. He can't stand beets. And a lot of this, which I find interesting, because again, Tom Colicchio, like him, don't like him, whatever. He's got so many years of experience. Even if you are not, I don't cook, but I'm familiar with the guy. Like, it's like you're Gordon Ramsay or whomever, Jamie Oliver. You've heard of these people, right? Even if you don't cook, you respect these people for their talent, their years of commitment and stuff, something that Meghan and Harry know nothing about. But she stood in a position of almost like she didn't boss him around, but she stood watching him chop with her hands on her hips. And I thought, if I'm in somebody else's kitchen, even if it's just a friend, if I'm in Chef Matt's kitchen, I am not standing over him with my hands on my hips. I'm standing there in awe of him saying, wow, look at you. I would be afraid or intimidated to pick up a knife in front of somebody like that because I don't know what I'm doing. And even if I did, I'm like backing off, like saying, how can I help you? I'm not taking over the kitchen. You know, I just think that's crazy. She puts herself in a authoritative position that she has not earned, in my opinion. Again, Salmonella Sussex is striking. Hands in the meat. It's gross. There you go. They do make a point to show her washing her hands, which I find funny. I feel like they added in that. Especially the other weirdness here is Meghan trying to create some sort of history for herself. I don't believe I've heard her talk about it before. Maybe she has. She talks about her tradition is to have gumbo. Oh, here she is pushing doofus off. Have gumbo on Christmas Eve. Kind of a strange tradition, but okay. Maybe it is. I don't believe it. I think she's making stuff up because Tom's tradition was to have my chef friend, Chef Marie, thank you, Chef Marie, explained to me this feast of 7 fishes. I've never heard it before. I think it's very cool tradition. Okay, some people do this. She was making up a tradition that they have gumbo on Christmas Eve. Doofus walks in and he reminds her that he has a portion without the seafood. Now, if you don't know, that's a royal family thing. They don't eat seafood because it could strike them with food poisoning. It's a tradition. It's the same thing. They usually don't eat garlic, things like that. I'm actually surprised he mentioned it on camera, and as soon as he did, we got more of the disgusted looks from this one. Let's see if there's the gumbo. And then it looks like this, where she's like, can you believe this one? Oh, and then she's making this face because he said that her mother's gumbo was better than hers. I like to think that she's trying to make a faux shock face, but she's actually pissed. I'm sure he got in trouble for that later. Here she is, hands on hips, because he said he didn't like beets as well. And then we end with a fake party for the crew. Oh, yeah, there's the more. Yeah, there you go. Fake party for the crew and a swoopy happy holidays. She's cheersing the crew and thanking them for everything. We got one flash of makeup artist Uncle Daniel, who I suspect, I can't prove, but I suspect they've had a falling out because he had some posts about her that he ended up taking down. And I don't know if they've been seen together ever since. You know, they all get markled. And speaking of, she had to have her name first credit there with her title because we wouldn't know who Meghan was without that. I find that very funny. I actually, again, it screams insecurity if you ask me. Kind of like wearing your title on your PJs. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, let me check my notes and see if there's anything else I missed. I think that was the brunt of it. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's see. Hands in raw meat. Doofus shows up. Cheers to all those that made it possible. Pouring drinks for the crew. She didn't even pour her own alcohol. I feel like this was recorded maybe before the alcohol, but that just flies in the face of her saying that, you know, she had all these plans for all these years. No, you didn't, because you would talk about, I'm working on this or that, or this is coming, you know, even if it doesn't make sense timing wise, you would refer back to it if it had always been your plan. She just throws things at the wall to see what sticks. But I think that's it. I'm checking my notes now to see if there's anything else. Oh, just no A-listers at all. She couldn't get anybody. I mean, I guess you could say, I don't think Tom Colicchio is I don't know if he'd be considered an A-lister, but I guess he's the most well-known on there. But yeah, no, there's nobody really of note besides him on here. It seemed to be just overload of cringe. It was just, I don't know. Like, she's just trying to upstage Catherine, in my opinion, because Catherine has always been, pardon the pun, the queen of the holidays. And I feel like Meghan was trying to make it her thing and failed miserably. Dull, boring beige, nothing new brought to anything here. It's all things we've seen before. Nothing new. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. I have to know your thoughts in the comments on all of this. Let me know. Let me know what we're going to name our new goose. He's got a squeaker too. Isn't he cute? I couldn't believe how cute he was. He has a little crown. I found him at Marshall's if you're looking for a goose with a crown. Isn't he cute? So cute. Honk honk. There's that. Let me know your thoughts on all this. And I do need you to do me another favor. And which one was it? Was it going to be, I think it was this one. Caption this. Oh, no, it was not that one. Excuse me. Hold on. Not that one either. There's a good one. Hold on. Let me find it. Not that one either. Sorry. Hold on. Bear with me. There's one that I really want you to caption. Let me find it. It's earlier on. I think it's around the Christmas cracker time. Let's see. Hold on. It's right. Hold on. Here. Caption that one. Caption that photo for me. Won't you? Please. Won't you be my neighbor? Okay, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I cannot wait to hear your feedback on this one. Tell me everything. What do you think of the jams? What do you think of the monogram? I will end up putting my monogram on this goose. The goose will go on the shelf with the other geese behind me. We just need a name for him or her. You guys so cleverly named that one Ryan Gosling. That one's named Digit. I cannot remember the other guy's name. I had some little Gosling's name. I had my Gosling named Digit and my friend's Gosling named this one, and I cannot remember what they picked for this one. I'll find out the name. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It was a funny word. I can't remember what it was. But let's name this one, shall we? Whatever you think. Let me know. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts on all this. Thank you so much for watching this one. You know, as more stuff comes out, I'm going to be talking about it. In fact, check back lots because I probably will put up another video very soon once we hear more feedback on this. I'm sure there's stuff I missed or overlooked on this. I just want to get my recap out there. But as more stuff comes out, you know, I'll be talking about it. So check back here lots the next couple days as I will have lots of new stuff coming out. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to further support the show, there's several ways to do it. Check out the merch. Everything's fine. We've got Team Catherine and Not Bloody Likely and so much more. Check that out. And check out Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Yes, it's my old name, but it's got tons of new stuff, tons of bonus content, lots of new material, hundreds of videos. If you're not sick of me yet, you can watch lots of it over there. A lot of it is Harry and Meghan, but some of it's not. I have some Victoria Beckham stuff over there. I have Prince William stuff over there. I have extra Catherine stuff. And then I have non-royal stuff like how I do my hair, how I do my makeup, things like that. So you can check out all that and so much more over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have the best day. Bye-bye. Hi. I cannot believe she wore my PJs. I cannot stand up because my PJs have really short shorts with them, but you can see the top. Isn't it cute? So cute. I got them from Target. I have these same ones in black, blue, and red. How about that? They're just so cozy and they're cottony and I love them. So there's my PJs in case you were wondering. But I cannot believe when I saw that, I was texting my friend. I was like, oh my God, she has my PJs. She copied me. And then when she said bows are her thing, I thought, no, they are not. They're my thing. Hello. I love the bows. I love the bows. Bows are my thing. I have bows all over. In fact, one of my besties here gave me, do I not have it here? A bow pinky ring. I've got it here somewhere. I love it so much. I must have it in my room. Thank you, bestie, for that. Anyway, but let me know your thoughts on all this. If you stayed tuned this long, tell me what kind of PJs you like to wear. Do you have PJs like this? Do you have Scooby-Doo PJs? Do you have Christmas PJs? Do you have mismatched PJs? Do you wear PJs? Do you wear oversized shirts? Let me know in the comments below. All right. I hope you guys have the best day, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye. Oh, geez.